Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack, the muscle and mobility maker with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to fix that sciatic nerve pain you've been dealing with. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get better than that. So take advantage of it. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today we're going to be showing you how to fix that sciatic nerve pain that you've been dealing with. But before we get into it, there's one really important distinction that we need to make. If you have a history of lumbar disc injury, this one is not necessarily your solution. It might be helpful on a few of the exercises, but we don't want to follow through with all of them necessarily. So there's going to be few that we will note that you will not do if you do have a history of lumbar disc injury. And that is because flexion can be problematic if you have a disc injury. Whereas in certain cases, if you don't have a disc injury, we can actually use that to resolve your sciatic pain. So there is a different video for that. I will post it right up here so you guys can go ahead and take advantage of that if you do have a disc injury, a history of that, and that is what's driving your sciatic nerve pain. Now, if you have not injured your back, you don't have a disc injury that you are currently struggling with or aware of, then this is something that you can follow through with, and it will be exercises that you can do, whether you're at home or in the gym, to get it taken care of. So let's go ahead and dive into it and get started here. All right, for our first exercise, we're going to be using a pull-up band, a lacrosse ball, and the wall. We're going to take the pull-up band around your lumbar spine, around the low back there, and then place it above the knees so that it's anchored on both of the knees here. Once we're with that band, we're going to go ahead and put our feet up on the wall so the knees are in a 90-degree angle with the hip at a 90-degree angle. And then finally, we're going to take that lacrosse ball and put it above the pelvis in those soft tissues of the lumbar region, just off to the side of the spinal column. You might find some hot spots in there with that pressure to the ball. Just settle in on those hot spots. The leg position we're going to want is a figure four. So we're actually going to be loading the piriformis up actively here and putting it in a load so that we can deload it when we release the position here. So we can push on the knee to open up that knee, keep the shoulders down and back, and then we're just going to hang out and breathe here diaphragmatically for 2 minutes. You want to breathe nasally into your belly, relax, and every time you release that exhale, you're going to allow the ball to sink in a little bit deeper to those tissues, and you're also going to release any tension that you're holding in this position. Next, we're going to perform some sciatic nerve flossing here. So I want to dorsiflex my ankle, kicking the leg out straight, and pulling my head as if I was trying to touch it between my shoulder blades to my spinal column. All that's going to be done at the same time, and I want to make sure that I'm holding this position for about 5 seconds at a time, 5 to 10 seconds in that flex. Now this might be a little bit uncomfortable or highly uncomfortable based on how your sciatic nerve has been. So we want to make sure that those tissues are gliding and restoring that gliding to the nerve. If this is uncomfortable, you can also try this floss from a lying position. If you have a disc injury, you might want to avoid this one if it's a lumbar disc injury. So this is one that we want to be careful with because of the sitting position, the compression. We want to make sure we're in a good tall sitting position, and that is challenging for a lot of people. So lying on your back can be another option where you don't have to worry about the compression on your disc as you floss the nerve. From here, we're going to load up again that piriformis through the pigeon stretch with an elevated surface. So you can use the arm of your couch, the actual cushion of your couch, whatever you have access to, or just a bench here. What I want to do is lower into a lunge with that leg that is out front being in the externally rotated position at the edge of your bench, your couch, whatever you're using. and I'm actively flexing my glutes in the top position so that I'm activating the pelvis and then sinking in, opening up more range of motion and relaxing as I sink in. So I'm going to do a few reps with that lunge, and then I'm actually going to settle into rotation. Spend about 1 minute with the actual lunges themselves, and then about 1 minute with the rotational position to follow that. If the elevated pigeon was too much with the lunges, you can also use a 90-90 position. So one leg 90 degrees out front, the other 90 degrees to the back here, both hips, one in external rotation, one in internal rotation. I interlace my fingers with my toes on the opposite foot, and I place my hand on the knee out front. What I'm doing is lowering myself in, trying to keep length at my spinal column. So I want to make sure that I'm not rounding over the front leg, but thinking of reaching my chest long out in front of my leg that's out front there. Now I'm going to settle in with reps here again, about a minute spent with the repetitions as I'm assisting myself into that lower and then back up. And then once I'm feeling a good minute there's work, I'm going to go into that rotation once again. So I'll take that hand that's interlaced and I'm going to unlace those fingers from those toes and go into rotation and hold that for the second minute and just settle in with that rotation. All right, and there you have it. A simple approach that you can use to help yourself resolve your sciatic nerve pain fully. And if you like this video, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below and share it with a friend, especially if you know they struggle with that sciatic nerve pain, so pass it along their way. If you're somebody who's been struggling with it for a long time now, and you want a little bit more direct guidance and help fully resolving your sciatic nerve pain, or you have a history of other injuries, maybe it is that lumbar disc injury that you've been dealing with that's causing pain, then what I want you to do right now is drop down below in the description so you can fill out a coaching application and get a mobility blueprint call scheduled. The mobility blueprint call is my opportunity to assess your current movement and mobility limitations, and also hear clearly from you, your story, what's been hindering you, where you're limited. So it gives me all the information that I need to tailor a mobility program for you. And as soon as we have all that information, I'll tailor that program and give you all the details on what your coaching program would look like and answer any questions that you might have. So if that sounds good to you, what I want you to do right now is drop down below in the description here, get your call scheduled, and we'll get you moving in the right direction. Last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Saturday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine, and it doesn't get better than that. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. See you next week.